Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Critters, where I live stream every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm about ready to go into my spiel, which is it makes me laugh because I've been doing these episodic live streams every Sunday morning for a little over 9 years, and I run into a lot of people that will tell me they'll start saying my spiel for me when I run into them. Um, and it makes me chuckle and know that a lot of people are watching, a lot of people are learning. So, part of that spiel is my name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational center where we teach people all over the world how to learn how to do better with our animals by not using force, having them eager and willing to participate in the behaviors we need them to learn. And we do that through the science of behavior known as applied behavior analysis. We want animals to want to interact with the training that we're doing, being eager to interact. And that's what we do. You can find out more about the work that we do on our website, theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. You can also email me at laura@theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. And on our website, you will find our services, our memberships, everything, all the ways we can help you through our online services, online events, in-person services, our writing, and how you can contact us. So I have a lot of photos and videos that I want to get through today. So I am going to go ahead and get started. A lot of people contact me. We just talked about a lot of this in the last drop-in class, which I have twice a month, and we've already got our next one scheduled. People want to know what they should be training and where to begin. And that is what I help people with. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Ray, I did get the card that you sent for Rico for his 23rd birthday. Thank you very much. A lot of people want to know, what should I be training? And I sit there and I'll look at them and I'm like, okay, think about this. We can train tricks, and training is a great form of communication to help you better understand the animal and the animal to better understand you. I choose to do this because I love being with animals, and I started out in the field of animal enrichment, and then I started entering the field of training because of the type of training that I wanted to do, which was positive reinforcement. And I started learning about applied behavior analysis. And then I started finding out that if we're actually using positive reinforcement training, actually, it's the animal's preferred form of enrichment. And I saw how enriching it was for the animal. And that's when I started gearing to the science of behavior known as applied behavior analysis. And I am here to tell you, if you want strong relationships with animals, I highly suggest you train using applied behavior analysis. You will see that trust and respect just skyrocket. And something had happened at the Animal Behavior Center this past week. That's why I kind of went off the radar in all my online memberships, all my social media, because I do all of that myself. I went off the radar because we were so focused on something that had happened. Um, and I am here to tell you, I am so thankful I train the animals, the behaviors that I do, because when it comes time for an emergency or the unexpected, you're going to find yourself in a stressful situation, and you want to eliminate as much as that stress as possible, primarily for the animal, secondarily for you, because you are the one training the animal. And I saw that trust and respect pay off to the point that it was just amazing to watch. Um, and so I tell people, good morning, everybody. I tell people when they ask me, what should I be training? You can start off training something simple like a target. And we just had this was a topic of one of our last drop-in classes, the power of target training. It teaches the animal contingencies, which means if you do this, then this happens. Positive reinforcers are so much more than food. I have seen positive reinforcers change in an instant. I just saw it this past week with my fish, with one of my birds, when their positive reinforcers change from food to increasing the challenging of the behaviors that we're training for them to be able to accomplish that challenge becomes the positive reinforcer itself. And it is so amazing to watch. And I want to tell you, start off simple with a target. It teaches the animal, if this, then this. And then you can start moving to other things, like you can start targeting to different things. Target to my hand. Let me target my hand to your butt. Um, and you'll see the animal craving more. You'll see the animal trying to cue the training session to start, because that's how much they're enjoying it. And if they aren't enjoying it, you might want to take a break, sit back, think why they're not enjoying it, and rearrange the environment to make it so they are enjoying it. Because if the animal's not enjoying it, they're going to vacate. If you aren't enjoying the training session, you're not going to do it anymore. So I always think some of the first things I think of training an animal past the target is what is going to come in handy in the future. Um, Medication training, scale, crate. In a case of an emergency, what do we need these animals to do? And in between then, you can train all kinds of tricks, fun things, because the tricks keep the animal learning and wanting to do more. In between all these things we need them to do. So let me get some photos up on screen. And I want to tell you, um, this is Gherkin. We taught Gherkin to just stand up. You don't have to target to anything. You don't have to touch anything. Well, I guess he is. He's standing on this box. So his feet are targeted to the box, but just stand up on cue. And this, I shouldn't say it only took one training session, but it did, because my animals are used to this form of enrichment. So I taught him to stand on cue. How is this going to be beneficial? If I need to examine his body visually, this will come in very handy. Other behaviors, target. We teach animals to target to our hands. When we put our hand out, we want you reaching up and grabbing it, because we can put our hand down low to control, to let you know what height we want your body. You can put your hand up high to get these animals reaching as high as possible. So we teach them to target to our hands. I taught them to target to these rings. I was actually getting ready to I'm getting them ready to swing from ring to ring to ring to ring. So while people are watching, we can show some of their behaviors that they do, explain their body parts, why they have evolved this way, what these anatomical parts use as function for them, and where they live in the wild. So, but this is a target, and I believe this is Dill. I'm teaching her, just grab this. That's all I'm looking for. And she's very eager to do it. And then this is such a funny photo. I was like, now grab it with two hands. And if you can see her eyes, she's got them squinted and she's looking at me out of the corner of her eyes. But then I can raise that ring and show to the height I need her to be able to do some type of examination. This is me and Lindsay Douglas teaching Dill, getting her prepared for any type of touching or injection into her legs. What else do I have going on here? We just got done talking about this in our last drop-in class as well. I will use certain perches, just like this perch or the box that I had Gherkin standing up on cue. And I will bring these objects out for training and training only. And when I'm done with the training, I put it away. So that way it's a very clear and easy cue to the animal. Are you ready to train? And when the animal runs to it, jumps on it, whatever, swims to it, you know they're eager and ready. Um, Lisa, I'm going to have to go back and take a look. And usually when I'm done with these live streams, I end it and I run back and look at everything that's being commented on and comment back to you. So anyways, when you bring these props are temporary tools you use to get behavior. They're a clear form of communication from a history of reinforcement, past experiences that I always say Cheerios fall from the sky when you come to this object. Um, and you can use those objects. This is Milo. I taught him to station on this carpet square. Then you can put this carpet square where you need him to stay while you're working on something else. Pigs don't like to be picked up. We trained Milo to be picked up. And it was great because I just transferred this station, this carpet square, to the vet room. And he knew when I placed it on top of the examination table, that's where I want you to be. You can also take these perches, carpet squares, whatever, train the animal to go to it, and then move that object on top of a scale. Or you can just train the animal just to go to the scale. But this was a Eurasian eagle owl we were training. We trained her to target to this perch, and we made this perch to go on this scale. And then it's the same thing in the metal in while they're in the vet office. This is Rocky on the scale. He clearly knows T-stand means I just need to go there. Oh, and they want to go there. And then the wolves target to these climbs, and putting these pictures together today, I was just like, I haven't trained my wolves to crate. I remembered last summer I wanted to do that. Guess what I'm going to get started on now? I love training because I love being with these animals and I love seeing them thrive. And when they are so eager to interact with me through training, that's the best form of communication I have found. Samantha says discriminative stimuli. Those props signal the availability of reinforcement. Yes, yes. So well said. Thank you, Samantha. I think this is the last slide before my next set of slides. Yep, because we're going back to that. So when you train something like the animal going to a station, you can then use that. You can slide the station into the crate. This is Cello, who has passed. Even though I didn't have to slide the station into the crate, I just cued him in there because he saw the perch, but I had to shape the behavior of him going through the door. And I'm getting ready to do this with something. I can't remember. But you guys, if you follow the work that I do, you know my history of my work with Elvis and Priscilla. This was me using a target with Priscilla to get for physical therapy to get her to use her front left leg again that she injured and that became lame. And now she's behind my center. I love it. I'm just waiting for warmer temps. I do not like the warm weather, but I do love warm weather for my gators. And we are training Bruce, the American alligator, to walk outside. Stay tuned. This is going to be happening today at the Animal Behavior Center. So we can use targets for physical, oops, I didn't mean to do that, for physical therapy. I use following a target stick to teach her to crate. So I don't have a crate made yet for her big enough to go into, but I took this 50-gallon barrel and started shaping the behavior of her walking through something. And then before I put out a 10-foot long crate, which we'll have to make, and started calling her through it. Hopefully, this training starts up again in about 2 weeks, right behind my center. I get to walk out my office door, and there I am in the alligator pen. This is Quincy, another one of our ambassador animals who has since passed, and I'm using a target, which is my hand, and I'm asking her to move her eye into my hand so I can prepare her for eye drops. Did I ever have to do that? No, but it was a lot of fun doing it. And you know what? It's there if I need it. She already knows how to do this. We train animals to accept medication, nasty tasting, aversive flavors. So that way, when it's time for them actually to take medication, you're taking the stress out of this for when they're in a situation where they're sick and they're already stressful. Gwen says, would love to learn the crate training for the wolves. I'm desperate to learn this with the education coyotes for vet work. Very timid. Gwen, let's start on it in the advanced membership. I will get a crate together within the next couple of days, and you will start seeing this in the advanced membership. Thank you for letting me know. When you tell me what you want to see, I am on it. Let's see what else we got. I think this is right after a training session. Rico on my head, Coco right in front of me. I want nothing more than to earn the respect and trust of the animals I interact with. And I'll tell you what, my life is amazing because I'm surrounded by, I think I have 23 animals in my care. And it can be stressful for me because I'm constantly going from one animal to the other to train numerous different species just to help show the world we do not have to force these animals to do a damn thing. We can teach them to want to do the behaviors that we need them to do. We can have fun doing it. They can have fun doing it. And I'd love to spend my life doing nothing else. So I'm going to end this live stream so I can go work. But I wanted to let you know, thank you for the people who attended the live drop-in classes. We started them in May. We've got our June classes posted. You are going to want to keep a very close eye on them because one of them coming up in June is something I get a lot of requests for understanding and learning, and I am posting it and hosting it for the first time. So our live drop-in classes, go to the animalbehaviorcenter.com, scroll just down just a little bit on the homepage, and you will find the topics for June. Keep an eye on our nonprofit, the Sam I Can Foundation. You can follow us on our website, the Facebook page. And you are very welcome, Jeannie. And you're going to see an event coming up there very quick. If you want to see firsthand the work we do, pay attention to the Sam I Can Foundation. With that being said, happy summer, happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys get a long weekend off of work. I do not. I'm heading back in right now. Take care. I will see you next weekend. I appreciate you all.